Parents, we're going to do our Youth Sunday on May 18th, and that has many implications for you that have a graduating senior. So that morning we're going to have a breakfast, and at that breakfast we'll be doing some different things like announcing who our leadership award goes to. That includes a scholarship, and then we'll also have an opportunity for you to do a blessing to your student. And as I've been thinking through just this opportunity that you'll have to kind of embark on this milestone and marker in their life of really leaving the nest, you have an opportunity to encourage them, pray for them, admonish them, and bless them. And so I want to make sure that we're intentional about what this time is going to include. So as I've thought through what this blessing letter should include, I think the first and foremost thing that it needs to have is the scriptures in it. And so as you prepare this blessing letter, I want to make sure that you are thinking through the scriptures and what the scriptures would say it looks like to live a godly life and to pursue the Lord. And so in your blessing letter, make sure that you have scriptures in there. And another thing is make it encouraging. Talk about the things that you see in them, the gifts that God has given them, and encourage them with those things. And stay, I would stay more towards the spiritual aspect of this. Sure, some of you have students that are amazing musicians, or they're good athletes, or they're very smart, and I think that you can mention those things, but this absolutely shouldn't be the primary focus of this letter. I think it should really focus on what God is calling them to be as a believer in Christ. And some of you may have a student that's not a believer. And so just encouraging them in the gospel, and encouraging them to believe in the gospel and believe what God has afforded to us in the gospel. And so making sure that you're encouraging them in that way. And then I think it should be challenging because life is challenging. And so challenging them in the ways that you've been praying for them their whole life. So the things that you have hoped for them and the things that you long for them to be, that they be a godly young man or a godly woman, and that they would walk with the Lord in college, and that they wouldn't walk away from their faith. And so challenging them to press into the Lord, to read the Word, to operate in the gifts that God has given them, and to challenge them to do well in school and to be a good witness and a good friend in all of these different areas of their life where they need to be challenged. And with that challenge, giving direction, giving them hope that it's going to be kind of difficult sometimes, and they're going to have challenges, and they are going to fail. But there's grace, and the gospel is true, and so we have an opportunity to grow and to learn, but to never give up. And so challenge them to be faithful. And then it should be prayerful. I think that you should have your hopes for them in prayer. Write those prayers out for them, the things that you have been praying for them their whole life. Tell them. Maybe even write out a prayer that you have prayed for them. Explicitly write it out. So those are some of the things that I think it should include. And then you need to give it your own flair. The things that are a part of your family, are ingrained into the lifeblood of who your family is and what you are. Make it personal. Make it about you and about your student and about how you love them and care for them, and things that you're thankful that you've gotten to do and hopeful that the future will bring in your new relationship as they leave the nest. I'm open to talk with you or help you in this, and I'm just really excited about what God's going to do in this time that we'll have together. So please reach out to me if you feel like you need help. And there's also going to be an attachment to this email that has an example of a letter and then some further instruction.